Hi, YouTube. Hello. Hello, I'm Shailyn and I've been trying to sew everything I can for my wedding. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I did a pattern hack for my maid of honors dress right here. Just the bodice and the sleeves. I'm just going to jump right into the bodice piece that I created from a princess seam sloper. I put the pieces together at the shoulder seams so it would create a single bodice piece with a dart. If you're working from a basic sloper with one waist dart, you're already there. If your basic sloper has a waist dart and a bust dart, you'll want to cut straight up the waist dart and close it up at the bust so you'll have the waist dart. Now I'm just transferring the new pattern over to another sheet of paper. I use freezer paper because it's cheap and I can iron it onto the fabric. It won't shift, but it also won't leave any residue on the fabric when I peel it off. I measured how much the dart takes in plus the seam allowances. In this bodice piece, it's 2.5 inches, so that's how much I'll need to gather. I also marked 4 inches from the side seam and 2 inches from the center front. In between these markings is where I'll gather the 2.5 inches. Now that you know how I did the bodice piece, we're going to go right into the sleeve to cape pattern piece right here. You'll need a sleeve pattern that fits your bodice piece, but you'll only need the front half of the sleeves, so cut that off. I also measured it 12 inches from the cap of the sleeves, since I wanted to end just above her elbows. Now we're going to do what's called a slash and spread method to create the flutter sleeves. What this does is adds fullness to the pattern you have. I marked a line parallel to the center of the sleeves every inch until the end of the sleeve. Start slashing at where you've marked, but make sure to leave about 1/8 of an inch at the end so it's still all in one piece. It's time to spread the pattern. I kept it simple and spread each piece 1 inch apart. You can play around with this to make it fuller or less full, but it's just a preference. Once I spread the pieces apart and taped it down, I traced the new pattern over. At the very front of the sleeve, I actually shortened it to 3 inches. This is because I wanted the sleeve to taper and get longer as it went further back. If you have a French curve, you can use that to create a nice, neat curve. I don't have one, so I just eyed it from 3 inches to 12 inches at the center of the sleeve. Now we're going to attach the capelet. Basically, I want to just continue the curve that I created at the front of the sleeve all the way to the back of the cape. The back of the cape will end up being 14 inches long, so it'll be just a slight oval from the center of the sleeve to the back. Again, if you have a French curve, you can use that. This is your sleeve capelet pattern. The front of the sleeve will attach to the armhole as normal, and part of the straight line will attach to the shoulder seam, then continue to the center back. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will try to answer the questions. And if you want to see more of my wedding sewing shenanigans, like this video and subscribe to my channel.